In the United States, corn stretches to the horizon. Technology, timing, and scale turn sunlight into mountains of grain. Look closely at a kernel. Its compact energy, designed to store starch, sugar, and oil in a shell you can hold. Modern corn story starts with machines that barely pause, GPS guidance, giant headers, and non-stop logistics. Corn isn't one thing. Sweet corn, popcorn, and field corn behave differently, and industry treats them like separate worlds. Today, we're following those worlds end to end, from field rows to processing lines to the products you actually buy. Keep an eye on the details: moisture, temperature, and timing. Decide whether corn becomes food, feed, fuel, or foam-like popcorn. And behind every harvest is a race against heat, rain, and ripeness. Nature sets the schedule. Farmers answer with precision. By the end, you'll see corn as a system, not a plant, a global pipeline built from biology and engineering. So let's step into the empire of corn, where the same seed can become dinner, diesel, or a movie night bucket. First up is sweet corn, the juicy kind. It's harvested for tenderness, not toughness, and timing is everything. Goal is sugar. Pick too early, it's small. Too late, sugar turns to starch, and the sweetness fades fast. Machines can strip thousands of stalks, but premium sweet corn still depends on human judgment and careful handling. Workers scan ears for color and fullness. Tiny cues tell you more than any gauge on a dashboard. Once picked, speed matters. Corn is alive, and it keeps changing after harvest, unless you cool it down. That's where hydrocooling comes in. Cold water pulls heat out fast, protecting texture and slowing decay. You'll see bins drop into icy baths, then drain in clean streams. Simple physics, huge effect on freshness. Next, the cobs move into packing flow. Sorting lanes, gentle conveyors, and quick checks keep damage low. In high-volume lines, everything is tuned for soft contact. Corn bruises easily, and bruises become waste. Some batches ship local, others travel farther, which means better cooling, tighter timing, and stronger packaging discipline. Fresh sweet corn is a short story. It's about ripeness, cold, and speed before sweetness starts slipping away. Now we switch to a corn that waits on purpose. Popcorn, built to store pressure. Popcorn kernels look like any other grain, but inside, they're engineered. Hard shell outside, moisture trapped within. Heat the kernel, and water turns to steam. Pressure builds because the shell refuses to leak. When pressure wins, the shell ruptures, and starch expands into foam. That's the pop you hear. Farmers, popcorn starts with careful drying. Too wet, and it spoils. Too dry, and it won't pop well. In harvest season, combines run long hours. Rows disappear under headlights, and trucks shuttle grain like clockwork. Ears are threshed, kernels separated, and debris removed. Clean grain is the base of reliable popping. Next comes conditioning and storage. Massive facilities move air through corn to stabilize moisture evenly. This is quiet work, but it matters. Popcorn quality is a moisture problem disguised as a snack. Then, the magic moment returns. Heat, pressure, and a sudden bloom into white, irregular shapes. Each pop is a tiny explosion you can eat. Physics in miniature, repeated by the thousands in every batch. Seasoning is optional. The real product is the texture, created by expansion, not by flavor. And while popcorn is fun, the biggest corn flows into something more industrial: flour and snacks. Corn for milling starts with drying and cleaning. Grain arrives, gets screened, and moves into storage silos like metal skyscrapers. Inside, airflow and sensors keep the grain stable. You're protecting quality before you even start grinding. Cleaning lines remove dust and broken pieces. The goal is uniform input because mills hate surprises. Then milling begins. Rollers crack kernels, separate components, and reduce grain into consistent meal and flour. You'll see streams of pale yellow powder pouring like sand. That fine texture becomes a global ingredient. In many kitchens, it turns into tortillas. In factories, it becomes chips, crunch, and coated snacks. Seasoning drums spin, oil mist flashes. The snack line is fast, loud, and unbelievably precise. Packaging is its own science. Seal strength, moisture barriers, and fill weights protect crispness. This is corn's second life, not on a cob, but as engineered texture, shaped by rollers, heat, and time. And every step is optimized. Less waste, faster throughput, more consistency across millions of servings. Now, we move to the workhorse of the industry, field corn, grown for feed, fuel, and scale. Field corn isn't meant to be eaten like sweet corn. It's tougher, starchier, and designed for processing. Here, the plant is a resource, not just the grain. Leaves, stalks, and kernels all have value. Watch silage harvest. Machines chop the whole plant into small pieces, fast enough to feel unreal. Chopped material packs into piles or bunkers. Then it's sealed, where fermentation starts doing the chemistry. Fermented silage becomes energy-dense feed. It helps cattle, goats, and sheep gain weight efficiently. Farmers monitor texture and smell. Good silage is stable, not slimy, and it holds nutrition through storage. This is where corn becomes livestock power. You're converting plant calories into milk, meat, and steady farm output. In feed operations, consistency is everything. Animals perform better when the ration doesn't swing day to day. So corn is measured, mixed, and delivered with the same discipline you'd expect in a factory line. Even leftovers matter. Waste is expensive, so systems track losses and recycle what they can. And field corn still has more roles. Next, we follow corn into oil, fuel, and spirits. Corn carries oil, and processors know how to extract it cleanly. The result is golden, stable, and widely used. Refined corn oil handles high heat better than many alternatives, which makes it a favorite for frying and fast production. The extraction process is controlled. Temperature, filtration, and settling determine clarity and shelf life. Now, look beyond food. Corn also becomes ethanol, a fuel blended into gasoline in many markets. Ethanol production is industrial choreography. Milling, fermentation, and distillation turn starch into alcohol and energy. The aroma shifts from grain to warm fermentation notes. It's biology doing work at industrial scale. Distillation columns strip impurities. What rises is cleaner, stronger, and ready for fuel-grade finishing. Corn also becomes beverage alcohol. In whiskey, that grain character turns into sweetness, spice, and amber color. Barrels add time and chemistry. Wood contributes vanillin notes, and oxidation rounds harsh edges. So corn is not just a crop, it's a platform for chemistry, from cooking oil to combustion. And all of it depends on one final piece: global trade and preservation at scale. Corn moves like a commodity river. Trains, barges, and ships push millions of tons across long distances. Export quality depends on moisture control. Too wet, and you risk spoilage. Too dry, and you lose weight and value. Heat is the enemy during harvest. In some regions, night harvesting helps protect kernels from daytime stress. Under floodlights, machines keep cutting. The field looks silent, but the operation never truly sleeps. And storage takes over again. Aeration, monitoring, and rapid movement keep the product stable for buyers. Step back and you see the full transformation. The same grain becomes sweet corn, popcorn, flour, feed, oil, fuel, and whiskey. That's why corn dominates modern agriculture. It's flexible, scalable, and perfectly suited to mechanized production. If you want more factory-style breakdowns like this, tell me the next product to trace from raw field to finished shelf.